All right, guys, we're gonna try out these Federal Premium Swift Sirocco 180 grain 300 Win Mag shells with my EC tuner brick. I'm gonna start off with it on 0 and then shoot 3 groups. After 3 groups, I'm gonna go from 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 until I get 2 bullet holes touching. Once I get 2 bullet holes touching, then I'll try like a 3-shot group. But I'm gonna shoot first. It's windy. I'm gonna shoot first, and then I'll show you the targets after I shoot all the rounds. Alright guys, the first round we have shot. I went to setting 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. I had 2 bad shots where the gun actually, I didn't have it all the way seated right here, and it actually kicked out on me right when I shot. So anyway, I marked those 2 out and made 2 more on each one of those, and I'm going to continue on. We're going to go ahead and take it through setting 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20, and then go back and do the odd numbers. So here we go. I'm gonna load up 3 more and go to setting 10. Oh, it is a little windy out here. All of the groups look good except for the very first one. They were all MOA or better. So we're gonna go to setting 10, keep on going, and I'll show you guys what they look like afterwards. All right, here we go. Shit. Forgot to load one. That was a good shot too. All right. 1 at 10. That was number 2. Oh, now those 2 are looking good. We'll go ahead and shoot one more because those 2 are touching. Keep losing my sight picture. Huh. That one looked a little low. I'll take one more at 10 because I was having a hard time getting my sight picture on that one. I'm kind of leaning downhill. Huh? Well, them 2 were touching. So let's go ahead and keep rolling it. All right, I found the sweet spot. The sweet spot is actually setting 12 around back to 2. 12, and I got a group down there about a half inch group at 100 yards with a hunting rifle, so I'm happy with that. All right, guys, we're back. Obviously it's another day. I'm back at the house, finished up shooting. This is the conclusion of the EC tuner. Not really a review, I just bought it and put it on the gun. So anyway, yeah, I finished up shooting. It was really windy, so yeah, I don't know if you can tell in the video, but I dropped down the edge of the hill and I was shooting down a draw, or a coulee, or a ditch is what I call them, and at 100 yards, and just to try to keep me out of the wind a little bit as good as I could, which it worked pretty good. So anyway, so yeah, so I went out there and I started shooting on 0, and I moved it to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. I stopped on 12. Originally I was going to go all the way around, because you can go all the way around to 20 settings, and then it goes 1 through 10 twice. Then I was going to go back and do it from on the odd numbers. I did 2, 4, 6, 8. I was going to go back and do 1, 3, 6, 9 and continue, but I didn't need to. I ended up getting a really good group on 12, and I just left her there. So yeah, so I'll go through this with you real quick and show you what it did for me and my gun. So here was my first shot on 0. You can see that's probably 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, and that is probably a little bit of me too, because the first shot, struggling, trying to get everything set up. I was on a side of a hill, kind of downhill, and it was super muddy. You couldn't see it in the video, but the mud was going down 6 to 8 inches with every step. I buried my shooting rack. It's still actually in the back of my truck. I gotta wash it off with the water hose before I roll it up. But so anyways, it probably wouldn't have been technically that bad of a group, but anyway, that was what it shot, so that's what I put on here. I rolled it to setting number 2, and you can see here it got down to about just a hair over 3/4 of an inch, and then I rolled it to number 4, and it was about the same, maybe a tiny touch tighter. If you look here, you can see this key. Where the hell am I at here? This key really touches on both of those, and then on this one it's just a little bit wider of a gap. So from 2 to 4 it closed up a hair. Then I went to 6, but I moved to this middle target. 6 closed up quite a bit and looked really good. Now this was my first shot on 6. You'll notice in the video I was complaining about not being able to get set. Well, the stock of the gun where I had it, it wasn't in this, it was in a lead sled. Like I said, being in the mud, it's kind of wobbly, and as I went to shoot, it kind of moved on me, so it made a bad. Anyways, I went back and I reshot 2 more. I shot that one first, and I went ahead and shot 2 more. It tightened up even more. I went to 8, and my first shot was here, but I actually forgot and still had it on setting number 6. So I rolled it to 8, and I shot 2 more. Now, it opened up just a hair, which could have been me. Like I said, it was windy, but if you notice, all of these groups have an up and down spread. And all of a sudden, now it's more of a side to side. So I went from 8 to 10. That was my number 10 right there, and it closed up a lot. It looked really good. Then I went ahead and shot, I just rolled it to 12, and I went ahead and shot the same place for some reason. I just, whatever. But they got even closer. So now I said, okay, so I'm going to leave it on 12. And I shot 2 more here, and those 2 are my first 2, and that was my third one. So I was like, okay, well, that's as good as I'm going to get. I love it. That's my 3-shot group, all in one hole. It's less than a ½ inch. I love it. Now, what this is I shot one more time just to kind of clarify my 0, because this was at 100 yards. Well, I wanted it 1.5 inches high at 200. I mean, I wanted an inch and a half high at 100, so I wanted 0 at 200, right? So I shot this one, then I turned my turrets, and I shot this one. I turned them a couple, shot this one, turned one more time, and shot that one. So that's where I ended it up. Now, I haven't went back and verified that that's dead on at 200, but it should be. But at any rate, this right here is what I ended up with, and that is a super, super small, less than a half-inch group. So more than happy with it. Oh yeah, that's my Bagara HMR B14 300 Win Mag. So I'm gonna, it comes with a choke. I mean, not a choke. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to buy another PC tuner to put on there. So now I'll show you why I'm not going to use the same one. Let me grab my gun and set it up here. At first I was thinking I would just take this one off and you know, move it back and forth. Well, show you the way that it gets on there, and you'll see there's no bolt in this gun. It's empty. This gun does have a bolt in it, but it's empty. It's been sitting there for over a week. So the reason why I don't want to buy it, I don't want to swap this one back and forth, is if you look at the way this thing installs, is there's a set screw. It might be too dark to see it in here, but there's a set screw right there on the bottom. So this section here moves separate from this section, and this is your tuning section, right? So what I did is I screwed this all the way on with the set screw loose, rolled this to where this is level with my scope, and then tightened up my set screw and snugged it tight where it didn't move. And then this set screw here is the one you adjust so that you can rotate this. You can see the gap in there where it moved apart. So by this moving out and in is how you tune the harmonics of the barrel or whatever. So anyway, I left it there on 2. So now I've tightened that set screw up so it don't move. Well, this could change easily by taking it on and off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that one on my seekins. This is the Seekins Pro 102 precision rifle, 300 Win Mag. That's the 300 Win Mag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that one on my seekins. I'm going to order another one. I'm going to put it on my Bagara, and I'm going to test it out on my Bagara. And if it betters the group, I'll leave it on there. If it doesn't better the group, I'll take it off and try it on some other guns. But basically, yeah, the EC tuner worked great, just like it said it would. As far as I'm concerned, it's a great thing to have on your rifle, especially if you're out west hunting, where your average shot could be 350, 400 yards. You know, if you're shooting half of an MOA, that's a much smaller area of margin for mistakes. So I basically treat it like I treat my bow. I want it to hit a tiny little dot, and then I know for my shitty shooting skills, if I'm moving a little bit, I got more of a chance of hitting it than if I'm shooting a 1 MOA or a 1.5 MOA. I mean, I feel like this gun is shooting a less than a half-inch MOA, which is going to be really good for me on 500-600 yard shots. So anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.